Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Tato, back again with the recipes that make you wanna cook. On today's video, we are making this jollof inspired rice recipe. Stay tuned. Let's get started, guys, and as usual I will leave all the ingredients in the description box down below. Now we're going to get started by adding some oil into our pot, and immediately we're going to add some onions, red and green bell peppers. Then we're going to stir those in, coat them with the oil and saute them for about 3 to 5 minutes. And then once our veggies are a little bit soft, you're going to go ahead with some crushed garlic and ginger, and then go ahead to stir those for 30 seconds until you can perceive the smell of the garlic and the ginger. And after 30 seconds, you're going to proceed with adding your tomato paste. And you're also going to add about the same amount of tomato sauce. Now this is a jollof rice inspired recipe because I wanted something similar to jollof rice, but jollof rice needs so many recipes, so many ingredients, so many techniques, and I was like, you know what, child, I'm just gonna go with what I have. And out of the respect of the indigenous people of the jollof rice recipe, I was like, I'm not gonna call this jollof rice. Let me just say it is a recipe inspired by the jollof rice. So yes. So you want to keep stirring that sauce so that it doesn't burn at the bottom. So you want to cook this for about 2 minutes to 3 minutes. You just want to cook the tomato paste, and you need a little bit of water just to cook those tomato paste or tomatoes. If you're using grated tomatoes, you can use grated tomatoes if you want, but you're not gonna get that deepened red color. So you want to cook that for about 5 to 8 minutes until it's a little bit dry. Then to season, you're gonna go ahead and add your spice for rice and your mother-in-law masala, and those are the only seasonings we're going to add for this rice. It is so flavorful, jam-packed with flavor. You get a little bit of sweetness from the tomato sauce, you get a little bit of spiciness from the masala, you get the saltiness from the spice for rice. Beautiful combinations. Alternatively, if you don't want to use just water to cook down your tomato paste, you can use chicken stock. Now once your sauce is cooked, you're going to go ahead and add your washed uncooked rice. I did soak my rice in water for about 30 minutes. Then I did go ahead to wash it for about 3 to 4 times, just to make sure that we get rid of that starch. If you don't get rid of the starch as much as possible, then you're going to end up with a sticky rice at the end instead of that fluffiness that you're looking for. Now do note that when you cook rice in some sort of liquid ingredients, or if you cook rice in something other than just itself, the consistency is gonna change. It's not gonna be as individual and fluffy as plain white rice, unless if you cook the rice first and then you mix it into the sauce or whatever it is that you are flavoring your rice with. So just make sure that you coat the rice in the sauce. So beautiful, so gorgeous, the color is just beautiful. If you use tomatoes, just know that you're not going to get the deepened dark red color. You get that from the tomato sauce and especially the tomato paste. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add some water just to cover on top of the rice. The way that I cook my rice is in a way that I add a little bit of rice, just a little bit above the rice, and I let it reduce down, and I keep on checking my rice and add a little bit of more of water just to cook it, because I find that when you cook rice in some sort of other ingredient other than itself, it absorbs the liquid very quickly, and it doesn't cook as beautifully, right? So you want to use low heat, allow the rice to cook, and keep adding hot water so that the temperature is still the same, it doesn't go down. And this is after about 20 to 30 minutes of adding water. There are other techniques that you can use that I've seen and I've also used as well. It's just that with these kind of my pots, it's not great cooking rice like this, so I just do what I can to get it beautifully cooked. Okay, so you can place some foil or baking paper over the pot, close it with the lid so that you can trap the steam, and just make sure that you use low heat. I think I was using temperature setting number 4 on my stove, so that you give the rice time to cook. So if you trap the steam and the pressure inside the pot using the foil and the baking paper, then you allow so once it's like this, it's cooked, switch off your stove and let it remain on the residue heat so that it can dry out a little bit. And here's our rice, guys. It's so beautiful, it is so delicious, the rice is just perfect. Even as a leftover, it's even the best. That's it for now, guys. I'll see you on the next one.